Hello everyone, I am Fiki and this is the first devlog of ScaledStone Seekers, an adventure RPG game where we want to feature an art style mixing 2D sprites in a 3D world. First, I want to introduce to you guys how I got to the final state of the art style we managed to achieve. We started with a static camera with a more funny style, then we redefined to a more serious aspect in a more natural world, and finally we jumped to a full 3D camera in a much more open world. The first character style was a placeholder that we had saved from an old project. Usually people create the main character and then they make the world around this character style, but in our case it was the opposite. I first started by building the world, and then I defined the style for the characters. I love building worlds, and it was my main focus since the beginning, which marked the direction for the character styles. This style was more amusing, and we wanted to create situations that emphasize dialogues or certain actions. The menus also followed this funny style, trying to give a comfy and playful feeling. The combat was turn-based with tile movement, and the combat field was instantiated depending on the sun. The turns were based on the speed of each character and enemy. It was really rubbish and was no further developed because we were more attracted to action combat, and we thought that the action combat was something more unique for this kind of art style. The moment we thought about adding action combat, we knew that we had to change our character first, because of how ugly he was and because we needed more defined body members for better attack animations. That is how the actual character was born. We had our first sword attacks and then we moved with range combat. With this also came other improvements as a more serious menu design and style, improvement in the lighting, and the addition of 8 direction animations, which gave a whole new feeling to the game at the cost of more work. Yes, it sucks making the same animation for many directions. Goblins are the first type of enemy we came up to add into the game. They are not a basic enemy with only one attack. There are different types of goblins, some are bigger and stronger, and others are more agile and smarter. They can dodge, block, and use different attacks like a spear throw or a jump attack to cap throws. There are different approaches in the combat. You can charge all in, fighting with a combination of melee and range attacks, use a sneak for a surprise attack, or even avoid combat completely. Goblins have a story where you can discover their behavior, intentions, and what place they have in the world. The addition of a full 3D camera was the biggest improvement. It opened the door to many more features and allowed me to make a more immersive world that I really enjoyed to make. I started developing new scenes and reworking the ones that we already had, adding more exploration, verticality, and details. The building's interiors are accessible, and we also wanted to add many decorations and details into them. I want to thank Berra from Second to Sound for his support and for composing the music for this video as well as the soundtrack for ScaledStone Seekers. Follow him on Twitter, link in the description. Also thanks to Isa for becoming our first top tier Patreon and supporting us. If you want to consider support, feel free to check out our Patreon in the description. I hope you guys enjoy the devlog, consider subscribing to not miss any updates and to follow us on Twitter where we post more frequently. Also join our Discord community to keep up with the news and give us some more close feedback. Leave in the comments your ideas of what you want to see in future devlogs. Thanks for watching.